everybody, and welcome to SPSN, where we show your game. I'm Nick Wisneski along with JB Ricks, and we've got an SEC Red matchup tonight. We're coming from Dexter High School. Dexter Dreadnoughts taking on the visiting, very tough Huron River Rats.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Huron River Rats coming in after having their 7-game winning streak snapped against U of D Jesuit last week. And, of course, they are considered to be the #1 team in the country, but it was only a 1-point loss, which ended their winning streak. They bounced back mightily against Bedford and Lincoln and Memorial in their game to go ahead and get back to winning 2 games in a row. I talked to Coach Zach Desprez earlier this week, and he has said that they have a focus like never before after that loss to U of D, and now they have found their rhythm, and they do feel like they are one of the best teams in the state, and they hope to put that on display tonight here in Dexter.
Yeah, second meeting for these two teams, right? It was a big win for Huron the first time out. You mentioned Coach Zach. He is down there rocking an absolutely sweet pullover right now. I want to find out where he got it from. Maybe our roving reporter, Solae Pope White, will ask him about that. But let's send it down to Solae in just a moment. But first, you mentioned a little bit about everything that Huron's been doing. We've got our keys to the game here for the Rats. You know, defense, that is a Huron staple for my entire life, right? Whether they're doing the full court press, whether they're man-to-man, switching it up on zone, that's always been a thing for them. Hitting free throws, obviously important for any victory. Yeah. But really something to talk about was what Dexter needs to do to not run into those same issues for that first game.
I mean, well, it always comes down to defense and rebounding, right? I mean, those are two of the most underrated factors of this game we call basketball. So if you come in and you can dominate on the boards and get it done on the defensive side of the ball, then you might give your chance a solid chance to pull off that upset, winning the turnover battle. That's always key. You want to protect the ball. You want to have good offensive efficiency. And then, obviously, you just want to finish strong no matter where you're at on either side of the court. And if Dexter wants to pull off that upset, they're going to have to hit on all 3 of those ingredients.
And I love that last one is keep the crowd in the game. This is out here at Dexter. The weather is not amazing, but they're pulling in a good crowd. And against a big opponent, that's something you're going to have to keep everybody involved and keep that student section, who just came behind us a moment ago, involved and on their toes. Always on our toes is Solae Pope White. She's down with Coach Zach right now.
This team has gone a long stretch this season. You guys are getting down to the hard games and possibly going back to the Breslin. Tell me a little bit about this team this year and what you guys have gone through so far.
I mean, first and foremost, this is a great group of young men. It's really fun to be around them every day. And I've been around Makari, Jaden, Caleb, and Yassine for 4 years now. And just seeing them all grow up and become men has been a really fun thing for me. And this has been a really fun ride. I'm excited to see what this group of seniors has in store for this last little third of the season.
And you as well, you're a Huron alumni, and you're in your 9th year coaching here at Huron. Tell me what makes this team so special.
I mean, first off, I'll start with numbers. Offensively, we're one of the most efficient teams we've ever been. Effective field goal percentage is up here, 55, 60%. We're scoring the ball at a very high clip, and then when we decide to guard, our defense is also stifling. We've had complete buy-in from the group about what it takes to win, and everyone's being selfless, willing to do the extra thing, make the extra pass, and that sort of energy is contagious.
And what are some things that you guys do to keep that energy contagious for your team?
I mean, truthfully, it starts with our leader, number 21. Makari comes in every day with a smile on his face, trying to give everybody else energy, and everybody else falls in. Us coaches, as you've come to understand, also have quite a bit of energy, so we balance each other out nicely. Fight over who gets to have the aux cord for the music and the practice, but we keep it light, and these kids make it super easy because they're so willing to do what it takes to win.
Now, there's a word that goes around, and it's the Breslin way, or the Huron way, I should say, to get to the Breslin. What does the Huron way mean to you and your team, and how do you guys implement that?
So the Huron way, Coach Smaha and his coaching staff developed years ago, and it's just a creed that we live by of qualities of a Huron basketball player that include preparation, unity, toughness, and we go through a lot. I mean, the year around-the-clock basis to try to instill those values and live those values. And since Coach Samaha set the framework for me and Mo when we were young people in his program, it was very seamless for us to continue to teach the way Coach Samaha taught us.
And then going into this game tonight against Dexter, Dexter is a smart and yet disciplined team. What's the game plan going into tonight?
I think we're just going to try to focus on doing what we've been doing. We're going to communicate at a high level on defense. We're going to try to get the ball moving side to side, get everybody involved, and try to get the ball into the paint and dominate the paint like we did in the first matchup.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right, she's done.
Looking down on Dexter High School's home court. Not a massive home court advantage, though, right now, JB. Looking around this crowd, not a big student section happening.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm a little disappointed, but I do understand Mother Nature can have her way at times. We got a little snow coming down out here, so maybe it made for a treacherous commute for some. But somebody, like we spoke about earlier, Nick, some of y'all right around the corner. Come on out here and enjoy some Friday night hoops. See one of the best teams in the state, one of the best players in the state, and support, your team coming through and trying to pull that upset off. But you know what? The people that are in this building tonight, I can promise you they're going to get a show, and we will let you all know how it goes down.
Well, and like you said, this is the second meeting between these two teams. The first one definitely did not go the way that Dexter would have liked, but there's something to be said for seeing a team second time around, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Seeing them second time around, you got a little bit more film to work off of, and obviously your scouting report is going to be a little bit more in-depth, but, there's also a familiarity that comes with it. These teams know each other. They know what they like. They know their strengths. They know their weaknesses. So I expect to see both sides try to take advantage of that tonight on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, look for Huron to jump out to a quick start. They tend to be a more athletic team. They've got some guys that can really hustle. I mean, obviously some guys that can shoot and do everything else. This is a really complete team. But they are fast, they are athletic, so they're going to try to get out and jump on Dexter early and try to bury them right from the jump.
Yeah, and like I mentioned earlier, after the 1-point loss to U of D last week, they've won 2 straight against Saline and Bedford, and like I told you earlier, Coach Zach has said this team has a focus that he has not seen this year. They have a level of focus where they want to come out and dominate and show these teams that they are one of the best in the state, and I expect nothing less than that type of performance here against Dexter.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like dropping a game to get you recentered and refocused, getting you back to the fundamentals and getting you to work that little bit harder.
Definitely looking forward to seeing that, and Coach Zach also had a lot of great things to say about Mac, what he's doing as far as a leader too, and how his teammates are following him and his lead, and that's what's been most impressive.
William Simpson wins the tip there. Move that forward, though, for the River Rats. Calling that one out of bounds, so it'll be Huron ball. Dom Kurzasawa. He's had quite a career. He's coming up in some milestones, JB.
Yeah, he's coming up on 1,000 career points here at Huron, so hopefully he'll inch closer to that tonight with a solid performance against Dexter.
Kurzasawick, a serious outside threat, but he's known to work it inside, and he's got great vision, like so many of these Huron players do. Really unselfish brand of basketball that these Rats play. There's Makari Moore, Mr. All-World for them, also coming up on a massive milestone. And here we see Huron start out right in the full court press.
Yeah, Mac Moore coming into this game 92 points away from being the all-time leading scorer here in Huron, and just like that, he's 2 points closer. 10 seconds, that defense already at it.
And I haven't, in all the games that I've watched Huron play so far, this JB, this is the first game I've seen them start out in that full court press. So like I said, they're really interested in getting off to a hot start here tonight.
Getting off to a hot start, making a statement, and letting Dexter know it's going to be a long night for you boys tonight. So I think that's the mentality they're coming in with.
And Huron's bench is long. It's not just 5, 6, 7 guys. Like, they can go 10 deep. They've got contributors all the way down, as we'll see tonight.
100%.
Kurzasawick now works around Mac Moore.
Dexter working the 2-3 zone.
Three-pointer, nothing but twine out there for Jaden Kiefer.
Shifty J coming through, letting that stroke be known right from the onset.
River Rats working that trap. Shot went up there. Jack DeMerrill, though, no good, and the River Rats moving in transition. Already up 5-0. Kiefer from the corner, no go, and then some. Didn't get a nick of anything.
Didn't have any touch on that one, though, but, you know, the shooter's going to shoot, so he'll be back. Nice pass. Got to finish that, though.
Great pass there. Great look underneath by the Dreadnoughts, but you're right, you got to finish those easy ones. Long three-pointer there, Jack DeMerrill. And he got his Dreadnoughts back in this one. 5-3 now for River Rats.
Nice by Dexter, moving the ball around there and then getting a second chance point, and then it comes up and ends up being 3 points off of the offensive rebound.
DeMerrill there with that high defense. Nice pass looking down low. Finds Caleb Brown underneath the hoop.
Huron is carving that 2-3 zone defense up. So Dexter might want to think about getting out of that pretty soon here.
River Rats great ball movement. Kurzasawick there. Not afraid
Great
to shoot.
rebound.
Nice tip in, back in. That's Morning right there.
Beautiful, beautiful putback right there. He was wide open, no box out. That gave him an easy two-piece.
Movement, Kurzasawick there. Stifling defense right now for the Rats. Open man though is DeMerrill again. Man, Jack DeMerrill, his second three-pointer of the night.
And Coach Mo is not happy with that at all. He's calling an immediate timeout, back-to-back three-pointers by Dexter, and we've got ourselves a 9-6 game right now, and Coach Mo wants to talk it over.
Yeah, he needs to talk that over. Right now, that defense is playing really aggressive, but Dexter is doing a nice job of sending that extra long pass over top, which is a guaranteed way to beat an over-aggressive defense, an over-aggressive zone especially.
Yeah, and a little surprising to see back-to-back open shots like that. That's not what Huron's known for. They're known for their stifling defense and whatnot, and they just got back-to-back open three-pointers, and that's why Coach Mo's like, nah, let's talk it over.
Well, it's like you said, Dexter's got more tape on them. They've played them, they've seen what worked and what didn't work, and they've clearly found a little chink in the armor of that Huron defense as of right now.
So far. It's still early, though.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
see
we're
if they'll
not
make
even
an
3 minutes
adjustment
into
coming
this
out of this timeout.
5:21 to play, and Dexter is going to give the Rats a little bit of their own medicine here. Full court man-to-man right now. That's Caden Morning starting things out, looking for his wing players. Makari Moore off the screen at the top. Nice pass one last time down low. No go for Caleb Brown, though.
Got to finish that, though. And as you see, Dexter has already called it quits on the 2-3 zone. They were back in the man-to-man on that last defensive possession.
Man-to-man for the Rats. Makari Moore, nice job working around and slapping that ball away from the ball carrier. Moore now finds his man up in transition. Morning, they're going to call that on the ground. So Caden Morning draws the foul.
Probably came very close to a charge there, but he did not have his feet set, so good call by the ref. Morning's going to go ahead and get 2 free throws here.
Yeah, and that's my thought. I thought they said that was a foul on the floor, but no, Morning will go to the line, hits the first one. Morning knocks them both down. The Rats then find themselves with a 11-6 lead.
That's what I'm talking about, Nick. You know how hard I am on these kids about these free throws. Morning coming through and knocking them both down. Showing the poise. Nice trap here.
A swarming defense back in effect right now for the River Rats. Everybody out just flying around. DeMerrill doing a nice job, though, once again, making a move, making a fake, going baseline, and finishing for another bucket. He's got all 8 for the Dreadnoughts.
Exactly. I was just going to say, I love the aggressiveness that he's coming out here with for his team right now. And he's putting them on his back right now, scoring the first 8 points for the team.
Yeah, DeMerrill, junior guard, junior swingman there. And he really seems to understand what this River Rat defense is doing and finding his opening spots.
All right, Dexter is back in the zone.
Moore, long three-pointer, hits. 14-8 now for Huron.
Beautiful stroke there by Matt, shooting over the top of that offensive zone, that defensive zone that Dexter was putting up. Huron is not going to be afraid to shoot them out of that tonight at all.
DeMerrill one more time. He's feeling a little bit of a heat check
there, maybe. That was a heat check, yes.
He had an opening there, but that wasn't nearly as open of a shot as he'd been seeing so far. And with 3:40 to go here in this first quarter, it's DeMerrill's been the only thing keeping the Dreadnoughts in. Still down 6 points ever right now, though.
Dexter sticking with the zone. There's something that they obviously like about it.
There's a sound slick behind the back, gets in front. That one goes off front iron. I think that's going to be last tip there by Nate Sidney.
Yeah, Huron's not having a hard time getting any shot that they want, whether it's in that zone or against Dexter's man defense.
Man defense upcoming now for Huron. You see Makari Moore out on DeMerrill now, trying to get a pick up top. Sidney now gets taken. DeMerrill, though, runs into Kiefer. No problem, though. Stop and another paint point for Jack DeMerrill.
He is showing absolutely no fear out here tonight against these River Rats. He scored all 10 points for Dexter.
Kiefer, another long corner three. Yeah, there's something to be said for somebody that he's doing it outside, he's doing it inside, and he's just feeling it.
Keeping them in this game, too.
Makari Moore all out. A nice switch back over. He's got his man Simpson in the corner. Three-pointer offline.
Great rebound by Dom there.
2:24 to go here in this first quarter. Makari Moore, you can see that gorgeous floor line shot right there. River Rats working around Kurosawa. Kurosawa, like you said, shooters are going to shoot. So
shooters going to shoot all day.
If it's open, he's going to take it. And he's not going to miss those all night.
Doesn't
They're going to
if
start to
it's
fall
zone or
for
man.
him. Another opportunity there. Ben Murphy. These Dexter bigs have got no problem stretching the floor a little bit and trying to go outside. Makari Moore, no problem.
Oh, he's just showing
up
off.
And under, gets his own rebound. More paint points for Makari Moore.
Mac Moore just showing off on that possession right there with the up and under layup. Goes off the glass. He collects his own rebounds and puts it right back in. The alpha dog already at it.
Yeah, Moore almost looked like he was sending that up to himself the way he played that off the backboard.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Active hands right there leads to a turnover for Dexter.
And the River Rats seem to be really honing in on DeMerrill right now, obviously. Sidney now about to inbound. Probably going to be tossing into Cade Morning there. Mac Moore gets himself a little bit of a blow with 1:39 to go.
Yeah, good idea. Let him get a nice little breather going into the second quarter.
River Rats with a 6-point lead as of right now. Smaller lineup for the River Rats, but not a problem as they're going to go inside anyways. River Rats definitely have a smaller lineup right now, and Dexter has one of their bigger squads out there as well.
Yeah, one of their bigger squads, and I think that's one of the reasons why they're sticking with this zone right now, because they know they have a size advantage.
Nonetheless, goes in for it, takes the punishment, gets the two, and he's got a chance for 3 points the old-fashioned way.
It's a beautiful take by Mourning there to get that and one, son. And look at this. Mac is not going to get the chill until the end of the first quarter. He is being brought right back into the game.
Yeah, what'd that buy him, about 20 seconds?
Just a little bit, maybe more, give or take.
Mourning, by no stretch of the imagination, one of the biggest kids out there. He's one of your smaller players, but he has no fear going in down low, regardless of who's down there to meet him.
None at all. None at all.
Rats full court man pressure. That's number 10, Kinley Poole, out.
Huron with a comfortable 9-point lead right now, but I promise you they want to go ahead and extend that with their aggressive defense, and here comes Mourning again.
And there's Mourning, took a little something off the chin. Hits the deck, no call made there. Now DeMerrill gets the ball sent up to him. He will finish, and he's going to draw the foul. He'll get a chance to go to the free throw line now.
Great outlet pass right there to DeMerrill, and look at him as he goes in and finishes off the and one. Dexter trying to keep themselves in this one here before the end of the first quarter.
DeMerrill's been all world for the Dreadnoughts so far tonight. Dreadnoughts wearing those white unis. Then you see Coach Mo down there, Coach Mo Casham, in the aggressive stance. I like that about him. He's working his quads a little bit tonight. Might have skipped leg day, so he's got to get down there.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, Nick, but I believe Mr. Jack DeMerrill has all 13 of Dexter's points.
All 13 points.
Goodness gracious.
So the trick for DeMerrill moving out of this quarter, obviously the River Rats are going to be zeroing in on him. He's going to have to find an open teammate here and there.
Yeah, at some point, Coach Mo is going to put some type of defensive adjustment on him to get him to slow down a little bit.
There's Mourning now to Sidney. Sidney from 3, hits it.
Sidney mean with it, man, getting an open look off the screen, and he knocks it down from the wing.
17 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Non-stop action. Oh, they're going to call Makari Moore on the foul there.
Mac didn't like that call. He thought he got away with the thievery there, but the ref thought he had a little bit of a hand check there, so we'll keep it here on Dexter's end.
Yeah, he was a little handsy. He definitely had both hands on the body and put a little something into it. The problem there is Moore is just so strong. I mean, he's a tough kid.
Absolutely.
Moore keeping an eye on DeMerrill. Also keeping an eye on that pick up high. That's number 34. I think that's Owen Winder. If I'm not mistaken, he plays center for the Dreadnoughts football team.
There we go. Finally,
there's Winder. Gets that one in before the end of the first quarter, and the Dreadnoughts hanging tough. Only down 7 right now.
Mom, did you really need to buy 2 can openers for our emergency kit?
I can't help it. They're 2 for 1. What's this?
We need to keep our family communication plan safe in case of an emergency.
Thanks, Tita.
We should think ahead to keep Mom and Dad safe when it floods this year. I've got an evacuation route loaded in my phone.
I've got an updated list of Dad's meds.
And I've got just what we need to get them to take this seriously.
Start a conversation with your family and plan together for emergencies.
And here we are, start of the second quarter, getting ready to get going here. Looking down on the Huron River Rats huddle right now. JB, can you summarize that first quarter for us?
Great aggressive from the River Rats, obviously on both ends of the court. Like I said, they want to come out here and continue the rhythm that they've developed over the last 2 games. And I feel like they did that in the first quarter, coming out with a 7-point lead and being able to work through the zones and the man-to-man defense. And they showed that they can adjust to anything that they brought, that Dexter would bring to the table. So Huron in control right now, up by 7.
Yeah, Huron doing a lot of different ways, a lot of three-pointers from different players, going down low where those opportunities permitted. So you're right, Dexter has been, I'd hate to call them one-dimensional right now, but when one dude has 13 or 15 points, that's what we're going to say. There's Owen Winder again. He had that bucket at the end of the first quarter. Not quite enough touch on that one.
Had a good look there. You got to finish that. You got to put the right amount of touch on there if you're going to finish that. Nice pass, Mac.
There's Makari Moore, finds his man cutting along the baseline there. Caleb Brown couldn't quite hold on to that one. Woo! Moore continues to find his dudes down low. Steps in, finds his man outside. Huron doing a great job continuing on with the passing. One more to Makari Moore. Three-pointer Mac Moore.
And they are rewarded for the extra passing, and that is definitely something that I learned about this team this week, that they are playing such great unselfish ball right now. Everybody's playing for each other, and that's why they're in the rhythm that they are right now, and you saw it on that last possession.
Yeah, that one more pass mentality goes a long way, and we've seen it all night so far for the River Rats. Makari Moore now in transition. Nice job getting that one up to Caleb Brown. Caleb Brown finishes. Timeout, right. That's got to be a Dexter timeout.
That's right, Nick. The Dreadnoughts want to talk that over because, like I said, 5-0 run to start this second quarter. Huron is here to make a statement, and they're continuing that rhythm going into this second quarter, and now they have themselves a 12-point lead.
More rhythm down on courtside. Let's go down to Solae Pope White.
Huron up, leading against Dexter tonight. Huron actually was able to come in great on their team, having a press, but Coach also felt like they were falling short on the defensive side, and he broke that press. Huron was able to come back into that press against the Dexter team and make some great plays with it. Huron's coach is saying that they're looking to slow down on the defense and really checking their player Nate Sidney, who's been aggressive on defense for the Huron team. Huron looking to come underway shortly in the second quarter.
Thanks, Solae, down there on the sidelines, crushing it as always. Whoever some of her broadcast teachers were, they must be awfully proud of her right now. She is outstanding. Fun fact, I was one of her teachers. So there's that.
Nice little self-plug there. I like it, Nick.
You know. Dexter now out of that timeout. You're never going to say, like, man, you got to get a bucket, but they really could use a bucket here.
Yeah, because the last thing you want is for this to get out of hand, and they did a good job of staying in this game in the first quarter, but this 5-0 spurt by Huron to start the second, they could easily put the pedal to the metal here and run away with this one fast.
And there was Simpson just a little bit off kilter on that shot up there. Makari Moore keeps his feet, still gets it out to Sidney, and Sidney comes up slightly short on that one.
Great look by Mac to drive and kick it out to Sidney. Sidney's got to put a little bit more oomph on it.
Moore playing that rover defense up there, just trying to get out there and get somebody. And here is that more action from him.
Wow.
Gets it up to Dom Kurzawa. Oh, couldn't get the turnaround behind the back. DeMerrill now off the dribble, trying to find an opening.
I think Mac is up to like 3 steals already, man. He is being very aggressive on the defensive end.
He's flying around all over the place, that is for sure. DeMerrill now from up top, trying to make something happen off to his left.
Ooh. There's another steal. Another steal by Mac. Throw it up.
Kurzawa now a little better luck on that one than his previous attempt, and Dom gets another bucket for the River Rats.
That's a 7-0 run for Huron to start this second quarter. They're off and running, Nick.
DeMerrill now finds his man, Hayden Harm there. That's offline.
They needed that one.
Dom with the board, gets it up quickly. Caleb Brown. Moore from a long ways away. No problem, though. Makari Moore and the River Rats, the rout may have begun.
Matt showing off the NBA range, not the Iowa State range, the NBA range on that last three-pointer. And let's go ahead and make that a 10-0 run for Huron to begin this second quarter. That fat lady is warming up, Nick, already.
It's tough. I mean, just trying to get back into it. Here you can see down into that Dexter huddle. They need to drop a couple of plays where that offense gets some points. Because until this run, or even in the middle of this run, it didn't really feel like Dexter was this far down, but you look down at that scoreboard, and that's a real problem there.
And it's just like that, a 17-point lead. And like I said, they wanted to come out and make a statement, and I promise you that Dexter knew that coming in, and that's why they came out with the aggressiveness that they did in the first quarter, and it was pretty much a game, but they're not bringing that same intensity here in the second quarter, and now they find themselves down 17 points.
Well, I think Makari Moore on the defensive end has got a lot to do with that, right? He's not even allowing players like Jack DeMerrill or Gabe Reichner to get the ball. He's flying around up top like a free safety, just going nuts up there. Mm-hmm. And he's slapping the ball away. He's got himself a few steals, and just stopping the ball from coming in to Jack DeMerrill has been really the story of this second quarter.
Another steal.
Another slick move there. Dom Kurzawa.
Yeah. Huron showing no mercy tonight, Nick. Huron is showing no mercy at all. They're going to continue to be aggressive on defense. They're going to continue to go after steals. They're going to continue to go after transition buckets. They want to make a statement and let folks know they're one of the best teams in the state.
Just outright thievery by all of these swing players for the River Rats.
Oh, almost got away with a walk there.
Rats continue to press man-to-man, not giving a single inch. And then even getting those opportunities to trap, as you're seeing from Sydney right there.
That Huron defense is relentless right now, Nick. Like I said, they're not showing any mercy, and they're not going to show Dexter any favors here tonight. So yeah. Dexter, anything that you want, you're going to have to go earn it.
Wow, Kurzesowicz so far out, trying to match Mac Moore shot for shot. That one didn't quite get down though.
Yeah, Dom was definitely feeling it on that last stroke. You know, just based off the way that the entire team is playing this second quarter, why not go ahead and throw up a long range? Mac hit one. Dom, you got the stroke. You got the long range game. He gave it a shot. Maybe he'll give it another shot later this quarter.
Kurzesowicz now skims along that high pick. This is something the River Rats have done an excellent job of, is calling out those picks and sliding by them where it's possible.
Right now, Dexter really needs a bucket. They have not even scored in this second quarter so far, and we are more than halfway past the halfway point. Here comes the River Rats again.
More baseline, finds Sydney outside. Nice job cutting it back in, and that one rolls in ever so smoothly. Nate Sydney doing it inside, outside.
What a great move by the sophomore to the cup, going tough. Do not be fooled by his size, folks. This kid plays like he's 7 feet tall.
Yeah, so many of these smalls for the River Rats have no problem going in down low.
Huron sticking with the man-to-man because you know what, Nick? It's working until that dunk right there by the Dreadnoughts. Finally a bucket.
William Simpson gets him off the schneid there.
That is their first bucket of this entire quarter, which came just under the 3-minute mark.
Kiefer long three. Woo! Off the glass.
Did he call it?
Perfect corner shot.
Did he call that glass, though?
Shot there.
He got to call that bank shot right there, baby, but you know what? It still counts as 3 points.
Beautiful high arcing shot. Knocks that one down, and everybody from the River Rats getting in on the scoring.
17-2 run here in the second quarter for the River Rats. Oh, you got to make those bunnies there.
Simpson pulled down that offensive rebound, but you're right, you really need to get that one down, especially when you're down this many points.
He should have dunked it like he did on the last possession. I don't know why he didn't. You got the hops.
Timeout by the River Rats. I wonder if this is just a matter of giving your guys a little chance to calm down, slow down a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you got all those timeouts. You might as well use them regardless of what the margin may be. Give your guys a second to get some water, chill out, and let them know, hey, finish this second quarter strong. You began it strong. You've been playing this entire quarter that way, strong. Do that to finish this bad boy out and have a substantial lead going into the halftime.
Yeah, right you are on that. That lead going into halftime is always huge, but I think what the River Rats really need here is just a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather here now. Even Coach Mo is down there sitting in a chair. He stopped those quad exercises at this point, and he just wants to have a seat.
Yeah, nothing wrong with giving the dogs a little break while still giving them that pep talk and letting them know we still got work to do, even though we're up by 22 with just over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter. And still a long ways to go.
Take a step back and listen to a little Rick Springfield there, jamming in. I feel like they turned it up a couple octaves for Jesse's girl.
I got you.
Ball inbounded near.
All right, let's see if Coach Mo did tell them, hey, finish this quarter strong. Regardless of our lead right now, I still want you guys to finish this quarter strong. Let's see how they respond.
River Rats with a pretty small lineup out there. Nate Sidney, though, coming out from the free throw line, trying to find Fields there in the corner. Or sorry, they was trying to look for Kidney Poole.
Yeah, Dexter went back to the zone there, and it actually worked this time.
There's a three-point hit by Ben Murphy.
Maybe that'll give the Dreadnoughts a little bit of life here.
Yeah, if you're the Dreadnoughts, you can't look up at that scoreboard. You just got to take this one possession at a time. I know it's cliche. I know it's old, but
it's the truth, though. You got to chip away, and you're not going to be able to chip away if you can't get stops on the defensive end. Nice take to the rack by Mourning there. Back to a 21-point lead.
Mourning just adeptly finding his way around down underneath the hoop. Another long three there. That one offline. Ben Murphy didn't have the same result as previously.
Oh!
Sydney now comes up with that one, and the River Rats are coming out in transition. Mourning kisses that ball in off the rim.
Great finish right there. The transition game has been beautiful for Huron tonight, man. They've got it going in all facets of the game tonight, but the defense leading to those transition buckets is really helping them out.
And not the hometown rim on that one. Huron continues that ball movement, finds the man in the corner.
Oh.
Thought that one was going to drop too. They've had a lot of favorable, just a really soft rim going on down there.
All right, coming up on 30 seconds to go here. Oh, now that's just an unforced turnover.
Ball pops out. Nate Sidney, Johnny on the spot now. 20 seconds left to go here in this half.
Might as well get the last shot.
Yeah, I've got to think the Rats are holding for just something here, but with 10 seconds left, they better make something happen quickly. They're not trying to do any sort of ISO. He looks past that high pick, but still finds his man in the corner, and that is Kinley Poole putting an exclamation point on a great half for the Huron River Rats.
It was Dexter who got the buzzer beater to end the first quarter, but it was Huron who came out with the vengeance in the second quarter, and they ended with the buzzer beater, giving themselves a 26-point lead. Let me get my math straight here. 26-point lead going into the break. Huron dominating as we expected.
Yeah, Dexter can only hope it was a 16-point lead, but you're right, 26-point lead as of right now for the River Rats. Whole second half coming up, though, so stick around for SPSN Sports.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Shown that high school student athletes are at a greater risk for alcohol use. Our season may only be a few months long, but I can still do my part to make sure my team understands I expect them not to use alcohol. I set rules necessary to be a part of my team, and I make sure my student athletes know the consequences of using alcohol. Make your team rules known, enforce them consistently, and don't make exceptions for your favorite players or the most talented. If someone breaks the rules, hold them accountable. I do my part, please do your part too.
Okay, so coach is post message, so you're going to do coach second instead. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Coach, coming back into after halftime, what do you think the teams did really well?
I've really enjoyed the way we decided to embrace the quarter. I think we decided to talk, we decided to get out into space, and then it led to some easy hoops and transition for us. I hope we continue to play defense with the energy we did in that second quarter, and we get the guys at the end of the bench some time to get in the game and rock.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Nick, JB, back to you.
Welcome back, everybody. Second half action getting ready to get going here on SPSN. JB, you were running around like a maniac. You got stats. You were looking after your kid. But we won't worry about Junior. Let's talk about what the audience saw that first half.
Nah, he's in good hands. Goddad's here, man. He's taken care of. But I had to go down and get these stats, man, because of the way that first half flowed. Obviously, Matt coming through was the leading scorer, 13 points for him. But we saw number 0, Jack McDarrell, come out and score the Dexter's first 13 points. And we said during that first quarter, Coach Mo was going to come up with some type of adjustment for him. 0 points in the second quarter. So whatever adjustment he made, it definitely worked. And then obviously Mourning had a strong first half. He put in 11. He was the only other double-digit scorer. So Huron came out and did what they were supposed to do, did what they said they were going to do, and continue that momentum that they've created from the past 2 games, and they dominated and ended up with a 26-point lead going into the half. So I wouldn't expect anything less.
26-point lead right now for Huron. Like you said, you wouldn't expect anything less from one of the better teams in this entire state. And as they've shown tonight, as they show so often, they can do it in so many different ways. They've hit 3-pointers. They're playing stellar defense and creating buckets in transition. They're going down low, and their passing is just picture perfect, crisp, on point tonight.
And they're making extra passes. That's what's really helping them out when it comes to those possessions where they're actually running their offense. But what's really been helping them, in my opinion, is the defense leading the transition buckets. Plenty of transition buckets in that second quarter, and that really helped them get into the flow that they had with that 10-0 spurt to begin that second quarter and help them build the 20-plus point lead that they have right now. So defense wins championships. Defense also leads to transition buckets.
And in true Huron fashion, they're doing it with zones, they're doing it with man-to-man, they're doing it with a little bit of press. They're doing it in a lot of different ways so that your opponent never truly gets comfortable.
That's the way you got to do it, doing it in all facets of the game. I'm pretty sure Coach Mo wouldn't agree with this, Nick, but I'm going to call that a perfect first half for the River Rats.
Yeah, you're never going to get Coach to use that word. But never in a million years.
As the analyst here, from what I saw, that was a perfect first half for him.
Yeah, there's not much that they could have done different or done better. I mean, you're going to miss shots. That's a thing that happens. You're going to allow points. That's a thing that happens. But like you said, Jack DeMero, number 0 for the Dreadnoughts, he came out their first 13 points. They've completely shut him down since that point. They've forced the Dreadnoughts to look for some of their bigs, and they've had varying success with that as well.
A little bit, yeah. They've been struggling in that department. We're only able to score 7 points after DeMero scored those first 13.
There's Caden Moore one more time up to Mac Moore. Tried for the oop, but there was a little bit of a discrepancy on what was going on there. Caleb Brown couldn't quite come down with that one. Another miss for Simpson down low. Simpson, the big, knocks that one out to Jack DeMero.
DeMero lost his touch from that first quarter.
Well, I also feel like that's one of the first times we've actually seen the chance to see him shoot, truly.
Yeah.
Like they've done a great job of denying him the ball, and then if he does get it, there's somebody within 3 centimeters of his grill every single time.
A little pause in action here. We had a player over here might have a bloody nose.
Scott Smith down there. Let's look at the trainer down there.
That actually happened on that missed alley-oop attempt by Huron. Him and Mac Moore kind of collided when he went up to go and get that alley-oop. And I saw Smith over there kind of kneeling down for a while. It looks like he's got something going on, so he's going to head back to the locker room and get that checked out.
Yeah, and initially we said bloody nose, but just seeing him as we were walking away with that beautiful 4K camera, he was holding the side of his eye.
Oh, nice block there by Dexter off the offensive putback.
Second chance opportunities, no go for the River Rats, and Dexter's going to try to make something happen here.
That was Simpson with that nice block, by the way.
DeMero top of the key, cross over into the lane. Askew sending it over to Simpson, tries to force something up with a couple of dudes up in his face. Mac Moore now in transition. Dribble, step back, using that arm to get a little bit of space, but no go. DeMero now all the way up the way, and he puts that one in just over Kurzasawa.
DeMero's first 2 points since the first quarter. Maybe that can get him going here in the second half and make this at least a decent deficit.
Well, Dexter needs to adjust to the adjustments. There's a shot outside. Caden Mourning wide open, set up by Makari Moore.
You can't come down and get a strong bucket on the offensive end, then come back and give up a wide open three-pointer like that. That's not the formula for getting back into this game.
Makari Moore took one step towards that paint, and the entire Dexter defense collapsed in on him. He had his pick of teammates that he could have sent that pass out to.
And you know, that's one of the things that has really impressed the coaching staff when it comes to Mac Moore. Being willing to send that extra pass out, being willing to draw in the defense and find his teammates just like that right there for another 2 points. That is Caleb Brown receiving the nice backdoor pass from Mac there. He can do it all, Nick.
Yeah, Moore has a great awareness for everything going on around him. He just the whole game slows down for him.
He's on point with his assists. He's on point with his points. He's on point with his steals. God, he's such an impressive kid to watch play basketball, man.
But still, this Huron team, not a one-trick pony, right? I mean, everybody that's on that floor right now looking down there, everybody can score. All of them can shoot from downtown, and two of the littlest guys out there have no problem going down low into the hoop. You see, a little handsy down there, Caleb Brown. Maybe a little agitator, too. Why not?
A little pushing going back and forth here between Brown and DeMero.
They definitely want to go back to some COVID 3 feet. Nobody wants to them that close, that touching. Give me some space.
I think that's been the key. Oh, see, look. I think that's been the key from shutting DeMero down after the first quarter. Get up in his face. You know what I mean? Be a little bit more physical with him and make him not only earn his points, but earn even getting the ball. You know what I mean? Denial on the ball, not even letting him get it, has definitely slowed his game down since the first quarter.
Ball inbounded to Simpson. Simpson sends it back out, trying to get DeMero back into the action. There's a long three-pointer. He hits it, and you're right. Now maybe he's gotten that taste back in his mouth, taste of the blood.
Little taste of success, gets that confidence up. Let me go ahead and take this NBA range three and get my rhythm back. And that's what he did on that last three-pointer. But you got to reward yourself with defense here and a stop, and they got it.
Dom took that shot in rhythm.
Oh, wow.
But that
Another
defense
thievery.
Continues to happen. Here's a solid now. One-handed jam.
Yo.
I did not think he had that in him.
Did you
and
see
that
him
will
cock
be
it
his
back,
SportsCenter
though, Nick?
highlight.
Did you see him cock it back, though? Dom coming through with the one-hand windmill jam.
Just one more thing that kid can do.
Huron approaching a 30-point advantage here, folks. And like I said, I was told this week that this team is playing better than they have the entire season. They're playing with a vengeance right now against any and every opponent that they're going to see going into the playoffs. So this is just the beginning, and we're not even in February yet.
Yeah, nearly flawless hoops for the River Rats right now. That defense continues to swarm. They're not giving up second-chance buckets. This transition offense just seems so smooth. They've got a great flow to them. Nice spin, take, and score by Caleb Brown.
It's just what's so impressive to me with this Huron team is that even though they're up by 30 points, they're still giving it their all, going all in, giving it all tens on both sides of the ball because they're not satisfied.
Yeah, it'd be really easy to just sit back, rest on your laurels defensively. But when they score on the offensive side, it's almost like it makes them work that much harder on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, because they want to score even more. And, it's probably getting to that point where, hey, this might be an opportunity to get my stats up a little bit here. Let me play some good defense, maybe get a steal here or whatever. Let me add another 2 points to my career total here. That there's always that mentality that works. And Mac out there just running the show, as usual, as he should, as the alpha dog.
Moore crosses half court, sends that one out to Morning now. Morning, happy to dribble, but it feels like he's strongest getting down along the baseline.
Yeah, that's a turnover.
And that one they're going to call over and back.
That's a turnover. It's the right call.
Not too many turnovers for the River Rats so far tonight.
No.
Coach Mo staying on him, though. Casham refuses to let up the way that his team refuses to let up. And that's where it starts, right? It starts from the mentality up top and trickles down to the players.
Trickles down to the players, trickles down to this game, trickles down to your next upcoming opponent, trickles down to your final push into the playoff. That's what's going on right here. Coach Mo knows he's got to get these boys in gear because this team can make a deep run in the Michigan State high school playoffs.
Yeah, they've made runs these last 3 years under Casham. So there's no reason to think they can't do it one more time.
Yeah, they've definitely got the team. They've definitely got the studs who are unselfish and just willing to do what it takes for them to get to that ultimate goal, which will be a state championship.
Ball denial there by Caleb Brown. Brown and Morning working tirelessly, not even letting the Dreadnoughts get the ball in. Murphy does finally find his man, Oliver Hutchison.
Whoa. Jump ball, whistle blew, we good. Possession stays with Dexter.
Dexter possession, like you said. Got some substitutions in. Andrew Boydston now in for the Dreadnoughts. Murphy into Reichner. Reichner running the point, looking for those cuts down low. Murphy now takes it, tries to send it around. Good ball movement by Dexter. However, the River Rats defense with him step for a step. You can see Scott Smith coming back in out of the back. So whatever his deal was, he's been taken care of. He looks like he's going to be heading back to the bench. Trying to find Winder down low.
Another steal.
Sends that one way up to Brown. Brown draws contact on the floor. And a rare foul here.
Nick, I want to point something out to you real quick. At the end of that first quarter, Dexter had 15 points, and they looked like, you know what, hey, we're gonna give you guys a battle today. Since then, they have only scored 10 points, and we are less than 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. So that is a credit to the astounding defense that Huron has been playing here tonight.
Right, and the Rats have had leads of varying sizes this entire game, but they just keep building and building. They're not sitting back. They're not resting. They're playing whistle to whistle, and here we're going to see a very large transition switch. Mac Moore out, Mourning out, Krizasawick out.
Yep, Dom is out. Shifty J, yeah, let him get some rest to end the third quarter, or you know what, it's just time to let these other guys get some run with a 30-point lead.
Well, we saw this crew in the second quarter, and they played some great ball. I mean, they played a little bit smaller, but they were playing fast, just as much unselfish basketball as their counterparts.
Solid point right there. And that goes back to what you were saying earlier about the depth of this bench, the depth of this team. These guys can do it with a second unit. They can still go out here and compete with kids like Sydney, with kids like Mourning. These guys are going to go out here and ball no matter what, no matter who is on the court, and that is a testament to a well-coached team.
There's Brandon Willis sending along number 15, Jake Gernant. Poole loses that one, and the Dreadnoughts now 2 on nobody. Lefty jam, but not quite from Ben Murphy. Figured he'd give it a ride.
He tried it.
Yeah,
he tried it.
I would.
And look what it cost him. It's a 5-point swing right there, Nick.
Jake Gernant.
When you're down by 30 points, no need to go out here and try to show off with a dunk. Just lay it in or whatever, get a bucket, and go back on the other end and try to get a stop. Instead, you missed the dunk. Huron comes back the other way and gets a three-pointer out of it. That's a 5-point swing. That's bad basketball.
Rats continuing that swarming defense before that three-pointer hits there for Dexter. Jack Richards, first three-point bucket of the evening.
Oh, they're leaving Sydney wide open there. Nice pass
Sydney
to the
has
corner.
A man in the corner. Hits it in motion. Nice shot there, Kinley Poole.
Kinley Poole with the wide open look thanks to Sydney's great court vision with the drive and the kick to the corner, and Poole rewards him for the assist.
Yeah, you said it though. I mean, Sydney was wide open off the ball. He could have shot it himself. He had his pick of players to go to, but he saw his guy down in the corner.
Wide open. Big fella's got to knock that down, man. You in there, you had position. Woo! Oh no. Oh, stop it.
And that one comes down. Caleb Brown with another bucket. And these River Rats are doing it from all over the floor. Inside, outside. Oh, you got to turn around. You got to see that one coming. Jack Richards was not ready for that long pass coming up towards him.
Caleb Brown has been very, very impressive tonight. He is definitely putting his full game on display.
And Brown does have a great game. He has no problem going down low. He's had a few open looks down low. For a kid that is not sizable by any means, even though he's got Winder out on him, he takes that one down baseline. Finds Poole. Poole tries to float that one in. And there's Brown one more time, battling underneath in those trees. Can't get the second effort to fall.
Way to force the turnover there. Coach Mo loving Sydney's aggressive there. Nate Sydney, that is. Letting them know good job on forcing that turnover.
12 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Dreadnoughts try to trap instead. Gernant has that one, and he hits that one. Jake Gernant. tries to send one up as this third quarter ends. Just a wing and a prayer, just like so much of this game has been for Dexter. And the River Rats will take this monster lead heading into the fourth quarter. Stick around, though. You never know what we're going to see on some more SPSN.
A scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
And here we are, fourth quarter action, getting ready to go on SPSN. All River Rats tonight, JB Ricks.
All River Rats tonight, especially through that second and third quarter, where they just handled their business and they kept that momentum that they built in the second quarter into the third, and they just never took the foot off the pedal, and that's why they have this substantial lead going into the fourth. And I'm curious to see if those starters are going to get any run this fourth quarter, or is Coach Mo going to want to see what he can get out of his younger guys here?
I really can't imagine we see a world where we see Makari Moore again, or Jaden Kiefer again, or Chris Asawik again. I think this is going to be the 6 through 10 guys action the rest of this one.
Yeah, I agree.
With nearly a 40-point lead at this point. But they're still handling their business. They're taking care of things. I mean, that's an open shot there for Kinley Poole.
I mean, they're still getting open looks. They're still playing great defense, getting hands in people's faces, forcing turnovers, getting rebounds. From top to bottom, man, these boys know how to play ball.
DeMerrill there, no good on that three-point attempt. The Dreadnoughts just doing their best to find anybody open out along that perimeter. Slashes inside, that's Ben Murphy. Draws the contact, draws the foul, and he'll head to the line.
Yeah, the key for Dexter here is just to, show some heart, show some fight. This game is pretty much out of reach, but you know what? Just go out here and just play each possession like you are only down by one possession. You know what I mean? Just show some heart, show some effort here. Do everything that you can to try to get this deficit to a respectable level, but that's probably out of pocket at this point.
Well, and I don't think Dexter is going to care what the final score is one way or another. They do have to play whistle to whistle, and they do have to play possession to possession. They're in third place in this SEC Red right now. So just sticking with it, and, while you may take an L to the best team in the Red, right, you've still got a lot of work to do heading into the state tournament.
Yeah, and definitely, take this experience with you, because Dexter will be hosting the districts this year. So, you may take this one on the chin, but get some experience out of it and see how it turns out. That's Sidney again.
Nate Sidney one more time takes that one to the rack and scores underneath in the paint. More paint points for Sweeney.
They are 2 points away from a 40-point advantage.
Now you've got that math down. You were saying you didn't have it down before, but a quarter and a half later, you're crushing it. We'll be doing fractions later.
That's why my major was journalism, my man.
Oh, yeah, that's why we all went into broadcasting.
Exactly.
That's exactly right. Dreadnoughts now heave that one up to DeMerrill. DeMerrill cuts up to the elbow.
Try to draw a foul there.
Yeah, and you're down nearly 40, as we've discussed. Leaning in for a foul, I don't think the referees are going to reward that.
No.
Just be aggressive, take the shot.
Oh, my goodness.
Pull him out of Sidney.
Mr. Nate Sidney, man.
Nice spin away. Nice spin away, and then just a nice touch off his fingers.
It would have been nice if it went in, but still, that was a great move.
Ben Murphy tried to spin that one under.
Yeah, these are the young bucks right here. I want to see how they get down. Ooh, step back.
Step back shot there, number 5. That's Brandon Willis. Willis, a quarterback for the River Rats in the fall. And Gernant now playing that defense. And the River Rat defense just looking a little lopsided, a little discombobulated right now.
Yeah, and I can see Coach Mo pulling them to the side if he wanted to or whatever to let him know, get it in gear. I don't care if you guys are the second unit. I don't care if it's a blowout. I still want to see crisp basketball on offense and defense, especially defense, because that is their staple.
And no urgency in this half-court set for the River Rats. They're taking their time working their way into it. Still finds the open shot, top of the key. No go there. That's Joey Knudsen on the shot there.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's a – is that a walk?
I think they're going to say that there was a reach-in on that.
Thought I saw the travel before the foul, but hey, you know, I'm not down there on the court, so I'll let the Zebras have it.
No, those feet definitely shuffled, but they're going to say that he was caught up by Poole. Inbound underneath.
Oh, almost another steal for Huron.
And Huron, every single one of these players always has their hands in the right position defensively.
That's a travel. Now that's a
too
travel.
early, and I just wonder if he caught a little something in the breadbasket.
He might have. That's, yeah, when you go down like that, you got hit somewhere. Looks like he's grabbing the back of his leg.
Or I wonder maybe that first step, he could have had something on back of his quad.
I saw him grab the back of his calf there.
Yeah, this might be a little bit of a Charlie horse.
Yeah, it might be. We play on. Coming up on 5 minutes to go.
Looking for a high trap defensively there for the Dreadnoughts. And the River Rats continue their aggressive offensive behavior. Shot off the side of the rim, though. Now it's about the River Rats getting back and continuing this defense. This is the 7, 8 through 10, 11 dudes. But they still, I mean, this is your future down there right now, right? So the idea is you need to get back and look just as crisp defensively as your counterparts that are on the bench right now.
Because this is all going on tape. Let's not forget the fact that there's going to be film sessions. Whether we're up by 30, whether we're up by 40, you better be giving me full effort on the defensive end, because if you're not, I'm going to call you out in the film session. So they're still going to get maximum effort here.
And now the Dreadnoughts in transition, trying to push this one up quickly.
Goodness.
A little bit of a, his feet were moving a bit.
Shuffle,
Andrew Boyston there.
Little Cupid shuffle there. Little side to side.
Boyston sent that one out. Dreadnought ball underneath the hoop, though. Jack Tamerl continues on in this game. Seems like a whole host of different teammates out there. Tamerl from the right elbow knocks that one down. Good mid-range jumper.
He definitely is bounced back here in the second half after being shut out in the second quarter, but unfortunately he's going to be a little too little, too late.
Yeah, the trick for Tamerl or any of these other Dreadnoughts is to just keep some momentum going into the next game.
Absolutely.
And that's Brandon Willis keeping the game alive for him. One more bucket for Jake Gernant, though.
Willis collecting his own rebound there and giving his team a second chance point. And Gernant finishes it off and gives them another deuce, getting them up to 70 points.
Yeah, Gernant's got more than a few buckets. He's showed some range from outside and get those mid-range jumpers as well.
Yeah.
And in true Huron fashion, everybody down there crashing the boards on the offensive end, too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mentioned my conversation with Coach Zach earlier this week, and he is definitely very impressed by Jake Gernant and the ability that he brings with his efficiency on the offensive end.
Another three-pointer. That one doesn't fall, but
nice
offensive
rebound.
Job
what
there. Joey Knudsen.
Joey Knudsen with the beautiful rebound there for the putback. Goodness gracious. I mean, you said it, Nick. These small guys go out there and they play just as big as the regular big guys.
Yeah, fearless. I mean, everybody on this Huron team is fearless. I don't think you're making the varsity squad down there off of Getty's Road by not being fearless. That's just what you've got in you. They understand that. They recognize that, and that's what makes you part of the team. And then they take that and they just forge it in more fire, really.
100%.
Owen Winder, like it when the big man shoots the three.
Big fella shot a YOLO three. That was a you only live once joint right there.
Yeah, I'm not going to get this chance too many times. Let's see
do
what
it now.
we can do here. Yep. Rats back on the attack. Motion offense works around high. It's Gernant now. He's had some momentum. He's feeling good about things. Willis takes a step back, doing his quarterback thing. Stifling man-to-man defense from these Dreadnoughts currently. Willis crossover, finds his man in the corner. One step into the lane, runs into Winder. Winder is not slowed down even a little by that player bouncing off of him.
That's a big boy to be running into like that right there, so.
Just brushed it right
You can imagine
off of
there's
him.
not going to be too much movement going on with him.
I think his jersey got a little untucked there, and that was pretty much the extent of the problem. Everything else was just absorbed by Owen Winder.
Absolutely.
Just dwarfs Coach. Look at Coach in there. Like, I mean, all these dudes are pretty big, but Winder looks like he'd put him up on his shoulders, take him to the park.
Yeah. These are some big boys out here or whatever, but Huron has not been intimidated. They have not backed down at all. In fact, they've been the aggressor. They've been the one to dominate this and let you know we don't care about your size. We got the dogs. We got the athletes over here or whatever that can counter that size with the quickness.
Yeah, that's a great point, and you're completely correct about that. It's been Huron that's been pushing the pace of play. They've been pushing the envelope. They've been doing everything that they want to do. Not intimidated by size, height, length at all by the Dreadnoughts. And that's that athletic advantage that we talked about in keys of the game earlier on.
Yeah.
Willis up top, fakes it, long three, Gernant! You talk about YOLO threes, that is another one right there. Jake Gernant, his second or third three-point shot of the evening.
Gernant is going to be a secret weapon for these boys once they get into their deep playoff run. This kid can shoot. Coach Zach was very high on him and how efficient he is from the outside with his offensive. Oh, my goodness, and you got defense too,
and
sir?
Defense, too. That's a block. Blocking a dude that's a solid 6-7 inches taller than him.
I didn't get the scouting report on that right there.
I don't think Winder did either. Winder thought he had a wide open layup. He thought he was smooth sailing, and Gernant said, no, sir.
Nah, this is a block party, son. Fall back.
That River Rat defense, just everything it's always been my entire life.
Nice take, big fella. Nice take, big fella.
Winder finally sends that one in.
Yeah, that was a nice move. Nice take off the glass. Still a 39-point deficit, but still, that was a great move.
Yeah, I think we're at the point now where we don't really need to talk about the score in any meaningful way. We can just kind of give an overview of the game, and we definitely want to talk about everybody that makes this possible. Technical director Cam White, executive producer, can't say enough about my buddy Kevin Bryan out there and all the things he's doing here with SPSN. Reporter Solae Pope White, who we'll hear from one more time before this one's over. And on camera, we got Tom Eckstein, Bill Hall, and Jeff Bennett. I'm Nick Wisneski along with JB Ricks. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this one. Thank you for watching, hopefully liking, subscribing, and all the things you do when you're watching this stuff on YouTube, your phone, wherever it is you're checking this one out. 6 seconds to go, and just a romp for the River Rats. Wouldn't you say, JB?
Absolutely, man. This is exactly what I was told was going to happen coming into this game with the intensity that they have shown these past couple games, and they are going to keep this momentum going through the month of February because these boys want to go out here and prove that they are one of the best teams in the state. They felt like they dropped the ball last week by blowing that game against U of D, and now their present and future opponents are going to have to feel their wrath.
And we're going to keep the momentum going after this break.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for kids, teens, or young adults. It's just not.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals and volatile organic compounds into your body.
And nicotine, the same highly addictive substance found in regular cigarettes.
Nicotine can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s. affecting learning, memory, attention, and impulse control, and priming the brain for other addictions.
Vaping products also come in kid-friendly flavors that can make them appealing to youth.
And many kids also use other drugs, like marijuana, in vaping devices.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping, because when you talk, they hear you.
Behind you from your performance tonight, how do you feel?
I think it's obnoxious. I can't lie. Like, they should just be back in the locker room. We got a game tomorrow. We should focus on that. I think this is a light game. We're just getting prepared for Muskegon, you know?
You came in really early in the game tonight. What did Coach want you to come in and do for that game?
Just keep shooting, you know? That's what I do, so just keep shooting.
11 points tonight. How do you feel? And coming into that game, what did you want to accomplish?
Just keep shooting because they came out face guarding me because I was shooting against them last time, so they know I'm a shooter, but as you saw, like, still shot, you know, still made it.
And then do you have any anticipation going into playing Muskegon?
I think we'll get the dub. I hope so because overnight trip is going to be good for the team bonding, and, you know, it's good to get that dub.
All right, well, thank you. Good performance tonight.
Great job, Solae. Thank you for everything down there. And a worthy choice for our player of the game, Jake Gernant. What'd you say, JB Rex? I mean, he's the dude we talked most about in that last 8 minutes.
Yeah, in the last 8 minutes, like I said, man, he is going to be one of those unsung players who's going to come up and really make some noise come playoff time because of his ability to shoot that long-range game. And he got some run there in the second half, and he was able to show off that stroke, and it led to him being the player of the game. So good for him.
And I loved seeing his teammates all around him. They were jazzed for him. Everybody was excited. Everybody was cheering him on, just like this team as the whole does, week in, week out, day game, practice, everything. They proved once again why the River Rats are a juggernaut in the SEC Red here tonight.
SEC Red, I think they can easily run away with this conference, but these boys have bigger dreams and goals ahead of them. Obviously, districts, regionals, but they want to get to the Breslin Center, man. And after what happened last week, they know they have the team and the ability to do that, and that's what they're going to put on display for each and every opponent that they're going to face before the postseason gets here.
And one more step in the ladder for the River Rats tonight as they come away with a 75-36 victory here from Dexter High School. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and catch us next time, please, with SPSN, where we are going to keep showing you your game.